At just 5 years old, Harland Sanders lost his father, forcing him into a life of poverty. From farmhand to streetcar conductor to railroad fireman, he took on odd jobs just to survive. His temper caused him to fail again and again, but after failure, his determination led him to success. Discover how this once desperate man turned his struggles into one of the world's most famous fast food chains. Harland Sanders, who would later be known as Colonel Sanders, was born on September 9, 1890, on a small farm in Indiana. His life took a tragic turn at the tender age of 5 when his father passed away. This loss forced his mother to work multiple odd jobs, such as sewing and working at a canning factory, just to keep the family afloat. With his mother off and away, Sanders took on the role of caretaker for his 2 younger siblings, a responsibility that led him to learn cooking at just 7 years old. He'd stay up late, perfecting simple dishes, and it was here that his culinary journey truly began. At age 10, Sanders got a job working on a nearby farm, but his love for animals cost him the position. He was fired for spending more time with the animals than doing his chores. His mother was furious, scolding him harshly, saying, "How will we survive if you can't even hold a job?" This moment left a deep mark on Sanders, planting the seed of determination to succeed. When Sanders was 12, his mother remarried a man who was abusive toward him and his siblings. Unable to bear the mistreatment, Sanders left home at 13, determined to carve out his own path. Despite his best efforts, Sanders found balancing work and school too difficult. He particularly struggled with algebra, which led him to drop out of school just a few weeks into the 7th grade. Over the next few years, Sanders tried his hand at a variety of jobs: a streetcar conductor, an insurance salesman, a tire salesman, a steamboat operator, and even a soldier in the U.S. Army. He was discharged from the Army after just 6 months, likely due to his underage enlistment. He also attempted a career in law, but a courtroom brawl with his own client ended that venture. Every failure was another brick in the wall of his growing frustration. By age 18, Sanders was married with children, but his constant job losses led to tension at home. After being fired from his railroad job, his wife, Josephine, left him, taking their children and returning to her parents. Distraught, Sanders even contemplated kidnapping his kids, but ultimately decided to reconcile with Josephine. The couple reunited, but tragedy struck in 1947 when their 20-year-old son died, leading to their eventual divorce. At age 40, Sanders found work running a Shell gas station in Kentucky. To make extra money, he started cooking meals for travelers in a small back room. His menu initially included ham, steak, string beans, and biscuits, but not fried chicken, which took too long to prepare. His breakthrough came when he began using a pressure cooker to fry chicken, reducing the cooking time to just 9 minutes. This innovation, combined with his secret blend of 11 herbs and spices, made his fried chicken a hit. Sanders was awarded the honorary title of Colonel by the governor of Kentucky, recognizing his contributions to the state's cuisine. Embracing the title, Sanders became Colonel Sanders, and his chicken became a local sensation. However, his bad luck returned when his restaurant burned down in 1939. He rebuilt it, only to lose it again due to World War II, and later, a new interstate bypass that drastically cut his business. At 65, with nothing left but a $105 Social Security check, Sanders decided to franchise his fried chicken recipe. He hit the road in his old Ford, visiting restaurants across the country, cooking his chicken, and convincing owners to sell it. After 1,009 rejections, his first successful franchise opened in 1952 in Salt Lake City, Utah. The restaurant's owner, Pete Harmon, coined the phrase "finger-lickin' good," and Sanders' business began to take off. By the early 1960s, Sanders had franchised over 600 outlets across the US and Canada. His franchise model was a massive success, and by 1964, he had over 900 outlets worldwide. In 1964, at age 73, Sanders sold his business to a group of investors led by John Brown for $2 million. Although he sold the company, Sanders stayed on as the face of KFC, traveling the world and appearing in countless ads. However, when Brown sold KFC to a large conglomerate in 1971, Sanders became disillusioned with the changes they made, particularly to his recipes. Sanders was so unhappy with the direction of KFC that he opened a competing restaurant, leading to a bitter legal battle with KFC's new owners. The dispute was eventually settled, but it highlighted Sanders' unwavering commitment to quality. Colonel Sanders continued working until a month before his death in 1980 at the age of 90. By then, KFC had grown into a global brand with over 25,000 outlets, all stemming from a man who started cooking in a gas station.